Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are sitting in my cozy space today. It's going to be another video where it's just you and I having a little chat. My name is August Rose Crothers. I am an author, poet, content creator, founder of a literary magazine, freelance writer, 2025 bride, substitute teacher, and way too much. My last video, I was doing a little story time about how I became a 7th grade English teacher, basically. I became a substitute teacher after walking out of the marketing job that made me miserable on a quest of chasing my dreams of being an author and founder of a literary magazine. When quitting my job back in October, my original goal was to rebuild my freelancing clientele. At one point, a couple years ago, I was freelancing. I ended up working in marketing full time, and after like a year or so of doing that, I just realized it was kind of a mistake. And so when I left my job back in October, I wanted to come back to freelancing. But rebuilding a clientele takes some time. I have officially today, I have 2 freelancing clients. If I can get like 4 to 5, maybe 6 clients that are like fairly consistent, then I won't have to substitute teach at all. And I could work from home full time, which is the goal. So I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of goals. There's a lot of things I want to do, but we're working on it and we're getting there.
So substitute teaching is great because there's a lot of flexibility in it. You can choose when you want to work. You can choose what schools you want to work for. You're technically a self-contracted employee. I've just been at the same school, and in my last video, I was telling you guys how I was a long-term sub, so I was in a 7th grade English class for 4.5 months. We are now approaching the last week of the year. And like I said, it's been so great. No weekends, no holidays. I've gotten spring break. I've gotten Christmas break off. But now we're hitting the last week of the school year. So I'm going to have 2.5 months off.
School's ending, which means my schedule is opening up. I'm going to have so much more free time to work on my professional writing and personal projects. As you can see, I'm very excited about that. So I just wanted to kind of go over like what all my goals were for the summer and what I plan on getting done with you guys. Okay, so on the bucket list, I have it written down in front of me. I have writing goals, my literary magazine, my TBR, my freelance writing goals, my personal goals, and my cozy hobbies. So I've got 6 things on the bucket list. And with those 6 things, there are bullet points. So let's start with writing goals. Things I have on the writing goals are have more writing sessions during the week, finish editing my 3rd poetry collection, which I'm already halfway there, I think, and get close to finishing my 4th poetry collection.
When I write poetry collections, I just kind of like collect poems over a certain amount of time, and then once I feel that I'm done or I'm starting a new chapter or I'm starting a new era, that's when I will go back and like resort them and figure out what the theme is, etc., etc.
And right now with my 4th poetry collection, I think I have like 50 poems or something, which is definitely not enough. I would love to get to like 150. I have a ton of poem ideas and a ton of drafts, but I have just not been feeling very inspired, or have I had a lot of time to work on poetry. This summer, I'm going to schedule a day every other week to just sit down and like work on poetry. So next, my TBR. I have a big summer TBR, and I'm going to be making a separate video about that. As you can see in the background, I have a brand new bookshelf. My amazing fiance, as a special surprise, got me this cozy chair and the new bookshelf a couple months back, and I'm slowly collecting books on it. I think I only have like 8 or 9 books on it. This weekend, I'm going to go thrift shopping and get more books, but we're going to be reading a lot more. And I want to finally hit my goal of reading 30 books in a year.
I usually only read about 15 to 20 in a year, but with all this extra free time I've had, plus I've been devouring more books than usual, I hope to get to 30 this year.
Next, we're going to talk about my literary magazine. So with Love Struck Inkwell, my main goal is to have the website up by July. It's going to be a very like starter beginner website. I've already written the copy and I already have an idea of what the web map looks like. With Love Struck Inkwell, my literary magazine, my goal is to make it a safe space for romance writers and poets to uplift each other and learn from one another. And I think once the website is up, we're really going to start kicking off. I released the brand in November. So far, I've done 1 edition. It was social media only. We did it between January and March. And it was pretty successful. I had like 16 or 17 submissions, and I was really happy about that. And almost everybody, I accepted almost everyone. I think there was only 1 submission I didn't accept, and it really broke my heart to do that. Freelance writing goals. Obviously, my main goal is gain more clientele. Now, this upcoming week, if these meetings go well, we'll have 4 clients, which means I won't have to do cold outreach anymore. I'll just have to do basic activity, client communication, posting on LinkedIn, going on Upwork, etc., etc. And that means that extra time that I've been using to do cold outreach, I can use to focus on these clients, which I'm very excited about. So now on to personal goals. Obviously, work out more. Right now, I'm so busy with everything else that I just go on a walk every day and I stretch multiple times a week. And that's literally all I can do. And I used to love working out. I would work out like 5 times a week. And now I can't remember. Actually, no, the last time I worked out was like February.
Like literally all I'm doing is going for walks and stretching, which is great. I think that's more than some people, but it's not enough. I need to do more.
I have a deep cleaning checklist, so I want to get some things off of that, such as like wiping down all the baseboards in my house, making sure to keep up with like washing the curtains and mopping the floors. I am a clean freak a little bit, and I'm very good at keeping my house pretty clean, but it's like never up to the standard that I want it to. So I think with more free time on my hands, not substituting, I will definitely be better at that. And finally, for personal goals, I need to finish my wedding planning. I get married in September, and so this summer is going to be big for getting all the wedding planning stuff done. So far, wedding planning has been great. We have like most things handled, like everything's going according to plan. Feeling really happy about that. I go on my bachelorette trip in 2 weeks, which I will be vlogging that. I have my bridal shower in July. I'll probably also be vlogging that. And then August is going to be all about just like finishing up because I get married in the middle of September. So August and the first 2 weeks of September, I think, are going to be super busy. And of course, that's going to be right when I potentially maybe go back to work as a substitute teacher, even though if I do go back in the fall, I'm probably only going to work like 2 days a week. Because like we said, our goal is to get more freelancing clientele. Okay, now on for cozy hobbies. I have a photo album I bought a year ago, and I have a bunch of photos and I don't have them in there. So that's something we will be doing hopefully in June, is getting that photo album done. It's also a photo album of mostly just like things of me and my fiance in our home. And so I want to display it at our wedding reception, so that way everybody can flip through and like look at it. Also, wedding stuff. I gotta DIY all of the signage. I'm gonna start working on DIYing the signage this weekend. I already like wrote down what everything's gonna say. I just have to like design it on Canva. I want to get back on my crossword puzzle streak. For months earlier this year, like I think it was like 2.5 months in a row, I was doing a crossword every single day and I was getting really good at it. And the app that I do on my iPad, I was doing so well at it, and then I fell off, and I swear I haven't done a crossword puzzle in like over a month probably, with all this extra free time on my hands. How am I going to schedule this out? Do I have the Canva doc for you? I've already been working on this because obviously I've been very excited for school to be over with. So I already planned out my first week of summer, but my first week of summer is going to be crazy because it's the week of my bachelorette party and I have a dentist appointment. So as you can see, I already started planning it out. So I wrote Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I just kind of put the dash of like the extra things I wanted to get done, like going live on TikTok, doing a morning workout, doing a plasma donation, when I'm going to take my dog to daycare, when I'm going to batch my content, when I'm going to go grocery shopping. So this is just like the extra stuff, not my freelancing or posting on social media or writing things. Actually, I lied. I did put my writing session and my poetry session. So if all goes well, I'm going to write my novels 3 times a week, and I'm going to write poetry once a week. So yeah, that is my plan for the summer. At the time of posting this, I will have 2 days left of substitute teaching, maybe. Thank you guys so much for watching and following me on the journey of chasing my dreams. If you like more videos like this, please like and subscribe for more.